Hi, and welcome to the next episode of Belly to Belly. And today we're here to talk about SelectUSA preparation, and we're with a great friend, Emily Smith from American Electric Power. Welcome, Emily.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, thinking about what we're trying to do here, we want to give companies that are coming to SelectUSA or thinking about coming sort of a view of the resources that they can hope to meet when they're there, and obviously try to engender some goodwill and some pre-contact so that when we get to the event, we're that much further ahead in terms of our, whether it's U.S. knowledge building or our expansion in the U.S. And so it would be great if you wouldn't mind in starting off to tell folks, it's a little unusual to have a power company so invested in the process. It'd be great if folks could hear more about what American Electric Power does to help companies expanding in the U.S.
Sure, absolutely. So for those not familiar, AEP or American Electric Power, we're one of the largest investor-owned utilities in the U.S. So we are a little bit unique in terms of our geography. We cover an 11-state footprint, and for us, an objective has always been to make an economic impact in the communities that we serve. And so we have a whole program dedicated to that and supporting companies that are looking to grow and expand in the U.S. And so how we're helping international companies is really twofold. One, helping them get established in the U.S. And we do that, of course, power is our core expertise. We're a power company. And power cost and availability, I think, are driving site selection factors these days. They're hot topics. So we're helping companies navigate that energy landscape, looking at, where can they find sites where there's reliable, affordable, available power. So we're, of course, helping on that front. We help provide proposals of sites and buildings across our footprint. We have more than 600 greenfield and existing buildings. And we're also helping with all the research that goes into that. So not just on the power front, but think, workforce data, logistics, custom mapping to show where sites are relative to their suppliers or their customers. So a lot of custom research support we're helping companies with. And then, so we can help with that, help companies get established. But then after that, I think that sometimes that's a part that gets forgotten. So once they are established, we can help with the aftercare service. And that's really where we get more into our expertise of energy. So helping find tailored energy solutions, ongoing support with energy efficiency management to help keep the costs down. We have incentives for expansion. So really across our footprint to help reduce that power demand charge. So those are some of the areas we support. But yeah, it is unique to the U.S. that utilities get so involved with economic development.
Absolutely. And so you had mentioned you're in 11 states. I know Ohio is one of them, but can you give a kind of a perimeter of what states?
Yeah. Headquartered in Columbus, Ohio, but we serve an 11-state footprint. And it's really, think of like down the center of the country. So from Michigan all the way down to Texas, bordering with Mexico. So a big portion of the Midwest and the South as well.
Big sort of center of manufacturing as well. So lots of utilities. There you go. We've met through SelectUSA and we've seen each other for several years there. Why is it that SelectUSA is so important for you in terms of connecting with international companies?
Sure. And it's no surprise to you, SelectUSA is one of my favorite events every year. And it's mainly just because for us, it's a no-brainer. It's not only all of our states, because we have such a wide geography, all of our states are there, our communities, whether that's county or local level, our customers are there, our suppliers are there, our vendors are there, all of our partners, so think design build firms and site selectors are there. And so it's really a one-stop shop to meet anyone and everyone.
Yeah, no, it's amazing the diversity of resources that are there available for companies coming in. And so, think about the companies coming in. Some already maybe have operations in the U.S. and have decent U.S. familiarity, and others, this is their first trip to the U.S. to begin the journey. Having been to SelectUSA and kind of taken advantage of it in terms of the connecting opportunities for years, what are some of the recommendations you'd have for companies coming in to how do they get the best advantage out of coming?
Sure. Well, this probably doesn't come as a huge shock, but I would say do your homework in advance. So I think it could be really overwhelming to go without a plan. So having an idea, I know some companies will use it as just a starter to say, okay, they know they want to expand in the US, but really have, no set specifications of what that looks like. I think having somewhat of a plan helps, because a lot of the resources that are there are going to want to talk specifics in terms of, what does your expansion look like? What size of building do you have? So I think having a framework, even if you don't know all those answers, having a framework of who you want to talk to in advance, setting those meetings up in advance, having an idea of what regions you want to go to. You can talk to anyone and everyone, but they're all going to pitch you and say they are the best place to do business. So doing a little of that pre-homework ahead of time is really crucial. And I think, if companies are looking for a resource to have kind of a template of what, if they know they're going to expand and they're looking for a template, like we do provide that in terms of what are all the criteria that's needed when looking at site options. So if that's something that we can provide in advance, we'd be happy to provide that. But that's one thing. And then two, if you are earlier in the process, I think just having a sense of going through the portal in advance and knowing who you want to meet with, whether it's attorneys or consultants, and setting those in advance. I know it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's really.
Yeah, well, I suppose if you don't do events all the time, it's the things that we think of as obvious aren't so obvious. So and probably also comfortable shoes, always a good.
Yeah. Yes, there will be
always.
Yeah.
Comfort over style is the key for sure. But well, this has been great, Emily. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I can't wait to see you in late June this year.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you again. Always a pleasure to be on.
Oh, thanks.